What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So it's crazy to me to see what Terra Luna Classic has done in this last month. It's eye-opening, right? And it's not because of any single thing the reason why it did drop down and consistently started to drop down. If we look at the last 7 days or the last month, we could see, yes, it still is up 19%, but we look at the last 7 days and it's down significantly from where it was. So people are wondering if we're going to see this bounce or if we're going to see this continue to drop and get back down to previous levels that we were at. But what I want to talk about is how we fully restore the chain, because it's not about just the price. Even though the price is a big impact on how we restore the chain, it's not just about the price. It's about how we recover. And I think a lot of people get this confused because I go on Twitter and I talk about burns and I talk about different ways to, restore the chain. And a lot of conversation is always about how I'm trying to pump my bag. Understand that I invested $43 into this. I already made $4,750-ish, right? And the reason why I made that much is because I invested way at the low. Well, now I want to see a lot of other people have success from this. Do I want to increase my investment? Yes, that's the goal of every single person's investment. That's what an investment is all about. If I didn't have that goal in mind, I would be lying to you. If I said I didn't have that goal in mind, I would be lying to you. And also, if I didn't, then I would be a horrible investor, right? That's the point of investing, is to grow your money into more money. But as a educator, I feel like I am an educator. As an educator, it's all about increasing everybody else's investment rather than just your own. Because if I just care about myself, there can be times where I go, all right, well, you know what? I'll just pull everything out of here. And then everybody else is left, holding the bag in any situations. That's not the way that I roll. That's not the way that I function. The more people that have success, the better I feel, the better you probably feel, and the better or more healthy the project looks, right? So I want to talk about three ways. There's three ways that we can fully restore Terra Luna Classic and see LUNC to a level of $1 or $5 and USTC to a level of $1 and see the repeg happening and everything that we want to happen, in its place. So let's talk about this. And if you are just judging this video, maybe off of the thumbnail or off of the title, feel free to watch the entire video and then judge me, right? Because I always like to break things down and give you an understanding of exactly where I'm coming from. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, you can definitely follow me there. Now, also, if you want to start trading with Margex, I have a link for Margex in the description where you guys can start trading. You can leverage any cryptocurrency you want and trade up to 100x leverage on things like Bitcoin or BNB or ETH, 50x leverage on XRP and Sol. And if you see an opportunity, especially as the market is decreasing, you may see an opportunity to the upside. You can get in with whatever leverage you want. I currently have $10 invested at 100x leverage on two different investments. And I'm looking for those to increase a massive amount, whether it's Bitcoin or it's XRP. That's what I have those in. And I let those sit in there for a long time. My profit target may be $1 for XRP. It might be 50,000 for Bitcoin. But the point is that you're able to profit from this way more than if you had, $100 invested or $1,000 or $10,000 invested. Without risking all of that money. Now you are risking maybe $10 or $20 if you let it fully get liquidated, but if you do it the right way and you day trade, you have a good strategy, I'm telling you, it'll be beneficial for you guys. So definitely go ahead and check that out. The referral link will be in the description, and it is a partner with the channel. So yeah. Now let's look at Terra Luna Classic currently. Terra Luna Classic is down 14% in the last 7 days. You're seeing it at 0.000139 now. It just changed. So it's down 13.4, 13.5% in the last 7 days. If we look at the last day, it's down 2.7%. So not down a significant amount over the last day, but still down. While the market is down, it's It's good to see it follow the market, I guess. But you're seeing it at an $821 million market cap, slowly approaching the levels that we were before this larger pump that we did see with Terra Luna Classic up to a 1.5, I want to say, 1.2, 1.3 or something like that, $1 billion market cap. It was up there, right? It was worth a lot. And we saw billions of dollars worth of volume that were going through it in a matter of, let's say, a week. And now we're only seeing $57 million worth of volume. So people are concerned, right? People are really concerned about the survival of this and where this is going to go. But as long as we don't have a path forward, we are going to see this major fluctuation overall. And a lot of people don't want to see this. So let's get into the topic of conversation, which is the 3 ways to fully restore the chain. The first way to fully restore the chain is something that I love to see, which is a deflationary aspect to the project, which is burning. If you have exchanges, if you have the entire community that decides to get together and go, okay, we will support burns, and we all go where the volume is, where the 95% volume is, we could see this burn down a lot. Do we have to increase the burn tax? No, we don't. Can we see a 0.5% and still end up seeing a massive impact to the chain in the next maybe 1 to 2 years? Yes, you could. So honestly, it will increase. It can increase the price ceiling, not necessarily increase the price, but increase the price ceiling, meaning that as we burn off more, we have the potential to get to a lot higher price at the same market cap. Does that make sense? So burning is definitely a way to increase or recover the chain. That's kind of our first plan, was to recover it by burning. Then we also have utility, where a lot of people like to focus on utility. I'm not saying that it will not impact the chain. Utility would impact the chain if they would decide to build, if builders would decide to build on chain. But the chain is not really as popular as it once was, and people don't really want to build on it because it doesn't really have the volume. Like, we're seeing a very, very low amount of volume when we look at like coin market cap and we scroll down here and we go to volume. We're seeing $113,000 worth of volume versus the $59 million or almost $60 million that's going through CEXs. So obviously we're seeing a lot more volume happen off chain than on chain. So utility is not really the main source, but it could have an impact. If you have millions of dollars that's flowing through on chain and we have a 0.5% burn tax or 0.35% burn tax, that could have a larger impact and burn off a lot. Now, the last one that I have here is the repeg. The repeg is very important to the chain, and that could be something that burns off a lot of Terra Luna Classic. It could also be something that does further destroy Terra Luna Classic and USTC because it needs some form of support. If you have an incremental repeg or you truly do repeg USTC to $1 without Terra Luna Classic being at a level of $1, it could be something that does hurt the classic chain and gets us basically right back to where we were, and nobody really wants that. So these 3 things could impact it. Now, the one thing that people do within this community is they separate those. They separate burns, utility, repeg. All of those have to happen separately, and they have to be their own individual path, where people are like, we need to focus on utility. We need to focus on repeg. We need to focus on burns. No, we don't. The steps we needed to have since the beginning was implement the burn tax, get used to the burn tax, get exchanges to start to burn. And as they do that, we'll see more and more volume that's burning off. As we see that volume that's burning off, we see the price ceiling that's increasing. As we see that price ceiling that's increasing and we see more money that may be flowing to the chain for people to hold and stake and gain a certain percentage and utilize or whatever, you start to now see more utility that's coming back to the chain because the popularity is there, right? And more money that's flowing over on chain means more utility, more builders that are getting in there. So we can see that next step, which is to focus at that point on utility while also already having the burns implemented. Does every single builder profit from having a burn tax? Probably not. But do they need to build right now? No, because we're in the stages of recovery. We're not in the stages of profiting. And if they think that we're looking to profit in a time where we're looking to just get the chain back to normal, then they shouldn't be involved in Terra Luna Classic at this moment. We should wait and get to a point where they, if they care about profit, it's also benefiting the chain overall. So burns, utility, and then after we have all of that, where the supply is burned off, you see the utility there that's on chain. Now you get to a point where USTC can reach $1, right? You burned off a lot of that supply. You did something to impact that supply. You now can repeg because you have this at a level of $1. You have Terra Luna Classic at the ability to get to maybe $2 or $3 or $5, where it can support Terra Luna, or it can support Terra USD. And now you have everything together, and you have the algorithm that you could put back in place, and also have a reserve in place. So I don't know why we separate these things. They should all happen together. The burn tax should have happened first, which it did. But then we started focusing on the fact that people thought, hey, the burn tax is too much. And that's what we shouldn't have done, right? A 1% tax is not too much. I 100% will put my life on the fact that 1% of a tax is not too much. We pay 6% in sales tax. We pay 39%, 37% overall it's like 40+%. As I'm making content and as I have my own business. Does that stop me from making my own business because I pay over 40% in taxes? No, like it's not stopping me, but you get used to it, and you learn to build around it. You learn to gain more around that. So it's not a complete game changer to where it shifts everybody out and no utility or no builders will look to build. That's not the case. The tax would definitely have an impact. And well, now we're at a 0.5% tax. I'm not pushing for a 1% tax. We need to just focus on what we have and try and get exchanges to burn more. So it's not going to kill the chain. It's not going to kill volume. What will kill the chain and what will kill volume is us as we continue to go down these separate paths. That's the way that we stand. So let me know your opinion on this, right? I'm not saying that we don't do utility. I'm not saying that we don't repeg. I'm saying that we do all of these things, burns, repeg, utility, all together. Like, do one thing at a time, baby step our way there, but also have those things implemented. It's like when you work for a job. You work for a job, when you get a promotion, a lot of times your duties go with you, right? And if you let's say you're an accountant and you reconcile bank reconciliations, right? Then you still may have that as you move along until you find somebody to fill that. And what's crazy is most of the time you still have that in your job description, because you're managing the person that's underneath you that's now doing those bank reconciliations and things like that. So that's the way that we need to move. We do burn tax, we continue with the burn tax, that's still here, and then we have the utility. While those things are moving, we have the repeg that ends up getting us to where we truly believe we should be at. Ultimate recovery for these three things. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.